When looking to achieve a weight loss goal with intermittent fasting, most people go about it like this. Cut out a meal, usually breakfast, don't eat until 12 p.m., oftentimes later, and stop eating at 8 p.m., maybe. And this is the extent of their intermittent fasting approach. But this ignores one massive piece of the puzzle, the eating window. Ignoring the eating window could not only stall your weight loss progress, but it could actually reverse all of the benefits that you got with your intermittent fast. Today I'm sharing what you need to know about your intermittent fasting eating window so that you can actually achieve your weight loss and wellness goals. My name's Autumn. I'm a certified clinical nutritionist with my master's in nutrition human performance, and today's video is sponsored by Element. More on them in a bit. Now, hormonally, intermittent fasting helps the body to burn fat as fuel specifically. This is because the intermittent fast causes the body to have that decreased insulin level, which allows the body to turn on fat burning. It very much so acts like a switch. When insulin is high when you're eating, fat burning is turned off. When insulin is low during the fast, fat burning is turned on. Now, the first month or two when people first start using intermittent fasting, even without addressing their eating window, they're likely going to see weight loss in the beginning. This is often because of a combination of water loss, which is really common when you use intermittent fasting, and from a simple state of semi-starvation with calorie restriction. But as we've learned with numerous studies and that I just discussed in a recent video, just relying on that state of semi-starvation or calorie restriction will cause the body to decrease the metabolic rate and ultimately lead to that rebound effect with weight gain. But on top of that, you're often told by a lot of different intermittent fasting experts that you can eat whatever you want during your eating window, as long as you just don't eat during the fast. And unfortunately, a lot of people have subscribed to this philosophy and are just not losing weight. And the reason why this doesn't work is because certain foods completely reverse the benefits of intermittent fasting. Remember, the main benefit of intermittent fasting from a weight loss perspective is that it allows the fat storing hormone to dip down and then use that fat as fuel. But when you then go and break your fast with foods that completely spike the storing hormone insulin, you're kind of reversing all of those benefits that you just got from your intermittent fast. Instead, to actually see those weight loss results and to break through that plateau with intermittent fasting, we also want to focus on foods during the eating window that aren't ultra insulin spiking, which then help the body to continue to more easily burn fat as fuel. But in practice, people are eating foods that do greatly spike insulin, such as cereal, granola, sandwiches, pasta, protein bars, fruit juice, bread, other sugary health drinks, and really the list goes on. This immediately skyrockets insulin, putting the body into that fat storing state, and these foods also tend to spike hunger and spike it pretty quickly, meaning you're more likely then to graze on those same exact foods during your eating window, causing more of that skyrocketing insulin level. And then once you go back to your intermittent fast, you're essentially trying to force your body to dramatically drop your insulin level and then shift into a state of fat burning. But this dramatic shift from eating these high insulin, high blood glucose spiking foods to just not eating can quickly cause low blood sugar levels. And with these low blood sugar levels, the body is really hungry, really craves sugar, and needs something to bring that blood sugar level back up right away. Cue emotional hunger, aka hanger. To actually see results with intermittent fasting, you need to break this cycle and actually support the same goals that you have with intermittent fasting. Now, before we dive into those specific foods, I want to give a huge thank you to today's sponsor, Element. Element is an electrolyte company that was created with fasting in mind. It has the sodium, the magnesium, and the potassium to help balance the electrolyte levels after a fast, and as a result, help prevent common intermittent fasting side effects like headaches. Element even comes in unflavored options, which is what I really like to use during my fast, because then you can get those electrolytes without the sugar that would break a fast. But I also like Element's flavored options because they are zero sugar. And these ones I usually have during my eating window. I personally like the mango chili the most, but they also have a ton of different flavors for different taste preferences. And they're really easy to use. You just tear open the package, dump it in your bottle of water, give it a shake, and you're ready to go. And right now, Element is offering my viewers a free sample pack with any order. That's 8 single serve packets free with any Element order. It's a really great way to test out all 8 flavors and see what you like, so you can get yours at drinkelement.com/autumn. This is only available through my link, so make sure to check out drinklmnt.com/autumn. Now, in order to not overly spike insulin, keep hunger levels low, and allow the body to more easily turn back on fat burning, we need to focus on 3 foods: protein, fat, and fiber. In fact, I'm going to show you my break fast that I'm having right now and how you can actually apply these principles. Protein is the cornerstone and really should be the #1 thing you're thinking about when you're constructing your meals when you go to break your fast. It's the one that'll help prevent hunger, the one that'll help to maintain muscle mass and therefore maintain your metabolism. But it's also the one that most people often often forget about or really underemphasize. Some of the best, highest quality sources of protein include things like eggs, Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, fish, pork, beef, tempeh, chicken, and then a high quality protein powder, which is actually what I'm using for my smoothie. In fact, I'm using my 0 sugar protein powder, but I'm also going to be using some Greek yogurt. I personally aim for about 80 to 90 complete grams of protein per day. This is a key important factor of aiming for complete proteins, not total. If that sounds confusing to you at all, I do have a video where I go over those details. It's a really important one to check out, so I'll have that linked right up here. So with that in mind, I'm going to be getting about 30 grams with my smoothie. So I'm going to put in 1 complete serving of protein powder, and that'll give me 20 grams of complete protein right there. And then for an extra 10 grams of complete protein, I'm also going to be using about a half cup of Greek yogurt. This is my homemade Greek yogurt, but obviously you can use whatever type of Greek yogurt you like. Another little fun tip as well is if you are looking to significantly increase your protein, you can use something called skyr, which is similar to Greek yogurt, but actually is even higher in protein. So with those 2 ingredients, we have our protein covered. But you could also get your protein covered from any of those other sources I listed, like the cottage cheese or chicken or beef or tempeh, whatever it is that you prefer. This is just what I'm breaking my fast with right now. Now, once we have our protein covered, we next need to focus on fat. Just like protein, fat is really satiating, so it does help to prevent the sugar cravings that'll spike insulin and work against your weight loss goal. But a big problem I see is that people just focus on fat and they don't get enough of the high quality protein. You do need both to help improve satiety, and you especially need protein to prevent the muscle loss, which is why we're placing it in this order. Protein the most important, next up fat. So I'm using chia seeds. This is one of my favorite things to be using in smoothies as my break fast because it does provide fat as well as fiber. And then to get another source of fat, I'm going to be using peanut butter. So with other types of break fast, again, using that example of eggs, you're actually getting both protein and fat in the eggs. But if you're having a really lean type of protein like chicken or tempeh, then you would need to be actively adding those fats back in to achieve that full level of satiety. So we also have fiber. Fiber is really the least important in this equation. It does help to activate the stretch mechanism within the stomach, which tells the body that you're full for about the first 30 minutes, but it has no hormonal effect on satiety. So once that fiber leaves your stomach in about 30 minutes, you're going to be hungry again, which is where we need to have the protein and fat for those long lasting about 3 to 4 hours of satisfaction. Now to make this like a smoothie that you would actually enjoy, I'll also be adding in low sugar fruits. These don't have a ton of sugar that will really spike insulin and really turn on fat burning. Instead, it does have some sugar in it, but it's also very low and has the fiber to slow it down. So we're looking to really minimize the effect of insulin. We're not looking to totally shut it off. We do need insulin to some degree, but we just don't want huge spikes of it. So if you're really carb sensitive or have that higher state insulin resistance, using a lower sugar option like raspberries is great. Blueberries will have a bit more sugar than raspberries or strawberries. They're still relatively low sugar. So I'm going to be adding this into my smoothie about like a 1/4 cup or so. And then to add in some more flavor without the sugar, I'm also going to just add in a little bit of vanilla extract. Totally unnecessary, but it just goes to show that you can add a lot of flavor in without having to add the sugar. Time to give this a blend. Taking this approach of breaking your fast and focusing on your eating window with the foods that piggyback on the benefits of intermittent fasting helps the body to just more easily go back to that state of fat burning because you're not getting those huge insulin spikes during your eating window. Plus, you just feel so much more satisfied. You help to maintain muscle mass, and therefore you can just help to get to your results faster while feeling better in the process. It's ultimately like a win-win-win-win. If you want to see what I eat in a day of intermittent fasting and get a better idea of what you should have during your eating window, you can check out this video next. Also, if you're new to my channel and you love this science-backed information, make sure you subscribe right here. Come out new videos every Tuesday and Thursday. All right, guys, thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll see you in my next video. Cheers.